All right, let's jump right into this week's explainer on the biggest stories in world football. We're talking millions of pounds flying around, careers hanging in the balance, and how all of it, believe it or not, connects back to the ultimate prize, the 2026 World Cup.
So, let's kick things off with some serious drama. Check out this quote. That's from Ademola Lookman. You know, the hero from Atalanta's Europa League run? Well, he is not happy. He's basically calling out his own club in public, saying they broke a promise to let him leave. This is the kind of stuff that can get ugly fast, and it really shows the tension that's always bubbling just under the surface in professional football.
And where does that tension usually explode? Yep, the transfer window. So for our first section, let's get right into the summer transfer shuffle and see who's moving where and for how much.
Okay, first up, a huge number. £37 million. That is what Chelsea just dropped to sign a 19-year-old defender from Ajax, Hato. I mean, wow. He's seen as maybe one of the best ball-playing defensive talents of his generation. This is a massive bet by Chelsea on future greatness. A real statement signing.
Now, what's really interesting here is how Chelsea's rivals are playing it. You've got Chelsea going all in, paying cash up front for huge potential. And then you have Tottenham, their London rivals, doing almost the exact opposite. They're grabbing Palhinha, a guy who's already a proven star in the Premier League, but on a loan. It's a classic try before you buy move. Totally different strategies, right?
And speaking of big price tags, here's another one causing a stir. £30 million. That's supposedly the asking price Manchester United has slapped on their striker, Rasmus Hojlund. You know, after a bit of a tough first season, it looks like they might just be ready to move on. When a club like United puts a number like that out there, you better believe phones are ringing all over Europe.
So you've got all this money, all this pressure, and what does that lead to? Drama. Let's take a look at how it plays out, both in the boardroom and, of course, on the pitch.
Okay, so let's circle back to that Lookman quote from the start. This is a huge deal. You have a star player, the guy who is a hero for them in Europe, flat out saying the club broke its promise. It's a classic power struggle, right? The player versus the club. And it's all happening right out in the open.
And drama isn't just in the boardroom. It can happen in a heartbeat, right on the field. Down in Brazil, the title race just got completely flipped upside down. It literally came down to one moment, a massive, costly mistake by Botafogo's keeper. That one error was all it took. Their rivals, Cruzeiro, pounced, won their game, and boom, they're in first place. Just like that. It shows you how quickly everything can change in this game.
Okay, so that's what's happening in Europe and Brazil, but what about the rest of the world? Let's kind of zoom out and do a quick global roundup.
It's actually a really cool time in the football world because everything's happening at once. Over in the MLS, it's crunch time, with the playoff race getting super intense. Meanwhile, in Africa and Europe, it's the total opposite. It's all about fresh starts. The big club competitions are just kicking off, teams are in preseason, and this is all right after Nigeria's amazing WAFCON victory. It's just a great reminder that the game never, ever stops.
You know, watching all this action, it just gets you thinking about the biggest stage of them all, right? The World Cup. And I bet for a lot of you, the dream isn't just to watch it, it's to actually be there. So let's switch gears. Let's talk about you, the fan, and how you can actually get on the road to World Cup 2026.
I mean, that's the ultimate dream, isn't it? Being in that stadium for the biggest event on Earth. But for so many people, it just feels impossible. Like, where do you even start? So let's get right down to it. How do you actually get World Cup tickets?
Well, this is the answer. We're calling it the Ticket Acquisition Playbook. Look, you can forget about scrolling through confusing forums and sketchy websites. This playbook is designed to be your one-stop guide. It takes all that official, super complicated info from FIFA and boils it down into a simple, clear plan to help you hunt for those tickets.
And the best part is just how simple it is. It takes this huge, overwhelming process and just breaks it down. Step 1, get your FIFA account set up right. Step 2, get ready for each and every ticket sales phase. And step 3, go get your tickets. It turns that big dream into a simple to-do list.
And this is where you get the real edge. The playbook is full of little secrets you absolutely need to know. Things like why having a Visa card gives you a huge advantage, or what the deal is with those guaranteed and expensive hospitality packages. We even show you how to find the hidden ticket batches reserved just for certain fans. And maybe most importantly, it teaches you the do's and don'ts of resale so you don't get burned by scammers.
So it all comes back around to this, right? You've got players fighting for their careers, clubs battling for trophies. It's all about building a legacy before 2026. A legacy for the players, for the clubs, and for you. You have a shot to be there, to see it all happen live. So the real question is, who's going to make their legacy a reality?